Good morning, everybody. First, I just want to say that the show last night seemed to be a raging success. People really responded to it well. People really seemed to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. Uh, I was in the tent most of the night doing tarot, so I wasn't out on the floor for a lot of the show. But I'm really, really happy with it. Really pleased with it. The way it all came together, it felt incredible. I took a lot more pictures, and I will put those up so you guys can see them very shortly too. Today, it's no rest for the wicked. Immediately, the opening last night, I got to start again getting stuff ready to go for new shows. There's a show in Vegas in September. Part of a group show here at Last Rites in October, the Last Rites 13th Hour show. They do an annual Halloween show every year. It's like a combination art show and Halloween party, and it's usually just off the chain crazy. Got to get a piece ready for that. It's like I said, no rest for the wicked. But let's see what we get for our card of the day. So we get for today the Sun. We talked about in the past how this is one of those really, really good cards just because it's, so much positive energy that it's really hard to find anything negative in it. Most cards are like a balance, 50-50. You can see the good aspects, you can see the not so good aspects. This is one of those cards that it's incredibly difficult to find anything negative about whatsoever. We talked about in the past how the sun represents, our sun is sort of like the physical. Our sun in this world is the source of all life in this world. So that represents, metaphysically, that means the sun corresponds to divinity, because divinity is also the source of all life in this world. When we're talking about divinity, we're talking about that source of energy from which everything came, including our sun, and to which everything will one day return. That's what the sun represents. It's the physical incarnation of that energy. So what I want to talk about today, not necessarily going into things we've talked about in the past, but just more about how, the one word associated with this card, it's kind of happiness, joy, all those sorts of things, because that's what we experience. The closer a connection we have to divinity, the closer a relationship we have with the source of all creation, the more joy we're going to feel in our lives. Even in the hard times, even in the sad times, even in the dark times, the black times, it's that source, that relationship with that source that's going to sustain us, take us through. Well, one way that we can cultivate that relationship even more is with a shrine. New York City apartments are tiny. I live in a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment. It's one of the reasons I even started in the first place doing all my work out here, is because there's so little room inside. You don't have a lot of room to store things the way you do in big houses. Everything here gets really pared down. New York, I always think of it as it's for those who are fleet of foot, not for people who are burdened with a lot of material possessions, things like that. So we don't have a lot of room in these apartments. However, your shrine does not have to be like a huge whole room. It doesn't have to be an entire room of your apartment filled with life-size angel statues and a huge altar with every kind of tool you can imagine. It can be a tiny little corner shelf. All that matters is that you acknowledge to yourself and to divinity that this is going to be my altar, this is going to be my shrine, this is going to be the focal point of my sacred space, of my spiritual practice. The reason that's important, and the reason I'm bringing it up, is because, remember I was saying the more of this energy we have in our lives, the more joy we're going to experience. Well, when you create a shrine, you are creating a portal for this energy to come through. You're telling it, this is your window, this is your door to allow your energy to spill into my entire environment, my entire life, my entire apartment, my entire house, my entire relationships, my entire jobs. You are creating a window for energy to come through. Now, As for what should go on this shrine or this altar, this sacred space, whatever you want to call it, that depends entirely upon you. It has to be things that to you symbolize divinity. To you, they symbolize that relationship, that energy. For me, it's anything to do with angels. You know, angels are kind of my obsession, to be honest. Uh, when I discovered angels, it completely and absolutely changed my view of everything to do with magic, the way magic works, the way things manifest, all of that sort of stuff. They make you grow a lot. Angels do. So for me, I have a lot of angel stuff. Little angel figurines, angel sigils, things of that nature. I'll show you things in the future, but just for example, right now, this is the one of the things from my shrine. This is a stone. It's just a river stone sent to me from Zane, one of our Patreon members here. She sent me this. It's painted green. That's the sigil for the Archangel Uriel. He's the Archangel of Earth, the Archangel who helps you manifest things. This is one of the things that I keep in my shrine, in my sacred space. So, other things are, my pinnacle. Or my chalice. And it doesn't necessarily have to be big things like this that are going to draw attention for people. That people are going to walk into your house and say, what the hell is that? Why do you have a chalice and a bunch of rocks and pentagrams and stuff stacked up in this corner of your house? It can be the smallest thing. Maybe for you, it's a simple little angel figurine. Or it could be a prayer card, say with the Holy Mother, Mary on it. Because that's what you look at as a representation of the feminine aspect of divinity. Anything to you that makes you feel that connection stronger, it could be that. You consecrate all these things, you bless all these things, and you keep them on your shrine. And that's basically our reading for today. Build a shrine, build a window, build a doorway to allow divinity even more opportunity to infiltrate and saturate your existence. That's what it comes down to. Okay, guys, I hope this has been useful. I hope you are all out of the path of the hurricane and that everybody's safe. I'm going to post more pictures really soon of last night's opening. I just want to say again that I really, really appreciate your presence in my life, because not only I think one of the greatest ways, one of the things that makes us learn is teaching other people, because it forces you to constantly learn new things. You guys always asking me questions about colors or angels or planets or the spheres on the tree of life, whatever it is. Sometimes you force me to have to find new ways to articulate things, new ways to explain things. And it's forcing me to learn. I'm learning just as much from this experience as you guys are. I'm learning how to use technology. And it means a lot to me, and I'm really, really appreciative for it. So I just want to say, again, your presence here it really does mean a great deal to me. I hope you have a good day. I hope you got something from this that was useful in some sort of way. And I will talk to you again back here tomorrow. Have a good day.